So another question that came in advance was, we are first-time buyers and thinking of applying for a mortgage in the next few months. We are thinking of availing of a Help to Buy scheme as the first option, but we would like to keep our options open at the same time. We don't mind buying an older house and renovating it ourselves. Can you provide some advice on what the best options are for us?
Okay, so Help to Buy number one is a fabulous incentive that's from the government, from the revenue more so than the government. It's a tax rebate on income you've paid cumulatively over the last 4 years. A couple of key conditions on it is that the house price is capped at 500,000. The amount is capped at 30,000 as long as you have paid that level of tax over the last 4 years. You have to be borrowing more than 70% of the value of the property. And the key one is that it has to be a new house. So all very fantastic as long as you can meet those 4 criteria. The only catch in it is that you have to stay in the house for 7 years. If you were to leave the house within the 7 years, the full Help to Buy that you received has to be returned to the revenue. The next scheme worth talking about is the First Home Scheme, which is a very new scheme in Ireland at the moment. Again, it helps with the deposit. A fantastic scheme for 5 years, but anybody who's looking into it and does a bit of research on it needs to be very careful as to what happens after 5 years. This is the scheme where essentially there's a share given to your property equity, and any increase in your property equity, there is a third party receiving a benefit out of that. So again, the first 5 years where the deposit income given to you, or the deposit amount given to you by the state is tax-free, or sorry, interest-free, you do end up in a scenario where you're then going to end up paying for that pleasure over the remaining period of the loan. So again, something to be very careful of. To answer the question that was asked about, can we move within properties? If you're buying a new property and you're approved for the Help to Buy and you end up buying an existing property, there is no change in status whatsoever. You just simply cannot use the Help to Buy.
Okay, perfect.